Hello and welcome to the classroom. Today is the very first day of this school year, and I'm so glad that you decided to join me. Sue, come out here and help me greet our friends. Look, everybody, this is Sue. My name is Miss Kathy if you're new here. Sue, today's the first day of school. Are you so excited? I am super duper excited too. We're going to have fun learning about letter A today. A is for apples. Do you like apples? You do? Do you like applesauce? You do? Do you like apple pie? Oh, I do too. I love all those things. Well, Sue, it's time for us to feed Fred. That's our class job. So why don't you give our friends one big kiss? Mwah! And then you go back and sit down so we can check on our friend Fred. This is our fish, and his name is Fred. And every time you come to class, we're going to do a class job. We're going to feed our fish Fred together. That's our class pet. Is your weather going to be sunny today? Or is it raining? Or is it cloudy or windy? What's your weather today? When I do like this with my microphone, you can shout it out. What's the weather? What's the weather? What's the weather like today? What's the weather? What's the weather? What's the weather like today? It is out today. It is out today. Well, let's dress Weather Bear. Weather Bear, I think you're going to want to wear your red t-shirt, red like an apple, and you'll probably want to wear your shorts today. So let's dress our Weather Bear. Looks great. And what is the season right now? The season is summer. The season is summer. Well, that was our calendar and weather time, and now it's time for our letter of the day. Today's letter is the letter A. Can you say A? Does your name have an A in it? If your name has letter A, stand up. If your name has letter A, stand up. If your name has letter A, if your name has letter A, if your name has letter A, stand up. Well, A is for apple today, and this is an idea for decorating your letter A. I just colored mine red with a red crayon, and then I cut out some little paper seeds, and then I used my glue stick to glue those little paper seeds onto the letter A. I'll show you all those little seeds I cut. So today, that's the way you can decorate your letter. What? What letter is this? A. And now that we can recognize it, we'll practice writing it, and I'm going to show you how. Now, parents, you can get a copy of the handwriting sheet that I'm about to show you at my website. The link is below. Let's start at the top. Let's slide down this way, slide the other way, and then make a line across. That's what A looks like. Now let's do that on handwriting paper. Okay, so here's what the handwriting paper looks like. And as you can see, there's a house right here. Well, that's because all the letters live in houses, just like you live in a house or an apartment. So for the letter houses, there's an upstairs, there's a downstairs. You can even see the stairs right there going downstairs, and there's a basement. The big letters, or the uppercase letters, they belong upstairs and downstairs. But the little letters, they need to stay downstairs. So the little letters will be right here on the line where you see the stairs. Once in a while, there's a teenager letter that will go upstairs or even down into the basement. Let me show you how to make big letter A. Start at the ceiling, slide to the green carpet, go back up to the top, slide the other way, and make a line across the middle. slide, slide across. Why don't you practice? Slide, slide across. Slide, slide across. Slide, slide across. Slide, slide across. Why don't you try to practice on the first two lines, and then we'll use the next two for lowercase a, and we'll use the bottom lines for writing our number for today. That would be a good plan if you'd like to. Or you can use one sheet for each. You can make big A's on one sheet, and we're going to make small A's too, so you could use another sheet, however you want to practice. Well, that was the big A, and now I'm going to show you little a. Make a circle, and that's our shape that we're going to learn about today. This is a circle, and make a line right beside it, and you have a little a. So let's practice that little a using handwriting paper. So you're going to make a circle downstairs, remember, because the little letters belong downstairs. So circle and a line, a circle and a line right beside the circle. Go to the middle to make your line, and then all the way down to the green carpet. A circle and a line. Circle and a line. And you can continue practicing later today now that you know how to make big A and little a. And I know you're listening and learning, so I'm going to give you a sticker for handwriting time. Here it comes. That's for you. Good job. Well, now we know what A looks like. We can recognize it. We can write it. So next we're going to talk about the sound that A makes. Letter A is one of those special letters we call the vowels. The vowels are A, E, I, O, U, A, E, I, O, U, A, E, I, O, U. These are the vowels. Why are they so special? Well, they're special because every word must have one. If it doesn't have a vowel, then it's not a word. In English, every word has at least one vowel. And whenever we learn about a vowel, we get a visit from one of the vowel people. And here she comes. You can get a copy of these vowel people stick puppets at my website, Parents. The link is below. Take a look at my friend A. She needs to sneeze. My friend A says, ah, 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 as in, achoo! That's what my friend A says. My friend A needs to sneeze. She says, ah, 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 achoo! Why don't you try to do that? Let's sneeze in our elbow. Ah, 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 achoo! If you look very carefully, you can see a letter A hiding in the picture. Can you spot a little A? It's her head. Her head looks like little A. So I'm hoping when you see an A, it's going to remind you of my friend A. And what does my friend A say? Ah, 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 as in, achoo! Well, it is time for us to do something for math. Math is next. And for math today, we're going to be counting. How many apples do I have here? 1. This is 1 apple. 1. I want to show you what 1 looks like. Start at the top. Make a line straight down. 1. Start at the top, make a line straight down. We're introducing number 1. You probably already know number 1, but we're going to decide how to properly or learn how to properly write all the numbers to 10 so that throughout the school year we can do so many exciting things with the numbers. And you'll already know how to write them. We can add, we can subtract. We can do greater than, less than. We can tell time. We can order the numbers. We can do all kinds of things if we know how to write them properly, 1 through 10. So today we're going to work on number 1. Start at the top, make a line straight down. That's number 1. Okay, well, in our song today, there are a lot more apples than just one. You can, if you need a pause for a brain break, you can sing the song way up high in the apple tree if you'd like to. So let's do that together. So take your arms and make an apple tree like this. Way up high in the apple tree. And you can start with 5 and you can go all the way to 1, but for time's sake, I'm just going to say 1. One red apple smiled down at me. I shook that tree just as hard as I could. Down came the apple, it was good. Way up high in the apple tree. No more apples smile down at me. I ate that apple. And here's an apple right now that we're going to use today for our science activity. We're going to dissect. That means cut open an apple. Before we do though, let's look at the color of the apple. What color is this apple? It's red. Very good. I want to teach you how to spell red. You spell red like this. R-E-D, red. R-E-D, red. I can spell red. I can spell red. Fire trucks are red. Stop signs are red too. R-E-D. R-E-D. That's the color that we're going to work on this week, red. Well, let's take this red apple over to the science table. Let's open it up and see what's inside. For science today, we're going to dissect or cut open an apple. We're going to learn about the parts of an apple. Okay, so let's take a look at the apple first. I see something sticking out of the top. That's called the stem. The stem is brown, so I'm going to take my brown marker or crayon and I'm going to draw a stem right there. Okay, now next let's look at the top of the apple. I have the stem, but I don't have a leaf on this apple, but lots of apples have a leaf right there at the top. So I'm just going to color this leaf green. Okay, now let's look at the outside of the apple. What color is this apple? This apple is red. So I'm going to color a circle that looks red, like the outside of the apple. That's called the skin. Now we need to open up the apple. So I'm going to very carefully cut into the apple so we can see inside. Ooh, wow, look inside. First, I definitely see this yellow looking stuff. That's called the flesh. So I'm going to just make some of that yellow flesh right here. Okay. So that's the yellow flesh. That's the part that's so juicy and sweet. Okay, next we're going to look and see that there are these little black things or brown inside the middle of the apple. Those are the seeds, and the shape is like a raindrop. So we're going to make some seeds right here on this part. You can make them look like a raindrop shape if you like. Okay, so there's some seeds. And now this part right here says the core. When you eat an apple, the parts that is left is called the core. So I'll just show you how to draw a core. And there are some seeds in the middle. Don't eat the seeds, so they're left in the middle in the core. So this is what an apple core looks like. That's the part of the apple that's left. When you eat your apple, you're left with the core. So there you have it. Today we dissected an apple and we talked about the parts of an apple today for our science time. For art today, take one of these halves of the apple if you do this activity, and you can use it for stamping. You're just going to take the apple and you're going to put it into some paint like this. Make sure it's covered in paint, and then you're going to press it onto the page and lift it up, and then you can do some apple stamping for your art project today. It was pretty fun, don't you think so, Sue? Well, I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope that you'll come back tomorrow for some more learning fun. Goodbye, everybody. Parents, don't forget to subscribe and get a copy of the lesson plan below. I'll see you tomorrow.